This one's for you, YouTube. All that work for this. Banh Xeo here, Vietnamese crepes. I have the rest of our rice flour. Usually people buy the pre-made packet at the Asian market, which I recommend. It's very easy, but I'm making this batter at home. So I have a little bit of rice flour, and I filled the rest with all-purpose flour, 1 can of coconut milk, 2 to 4 tablespoons of turmeric powder, and we're going to fill it up with soda water or regular water up to 1 full liter of liquid. Add it to our flour and give that a mix. And this is our batter here. Again, I recommend buying the pre-made one. This one I use all-purpose flour for the majority of it, and it wasn't the best to work with. So then we got some pork loin, we got some shrimp, frozen shrimp. People usually use pork belly, but I'm just going to go with the pork loin because that's all I've had today in the freezer. We're going to boil this halfway, about 10 minutes, but we don't need to fully cook it through. Here we have some boiling hot water that we're going to soak our shrimp in for about 2 minutes. Rinse dry, set aside. Soak our pork, dry her out, and then we're just going to slice her up and set aside into bite size here. Yes, it's still raw in the middle, but that is the point. A lot of setup. Here is our nuoc that I've had pre-made in the fridge. Link below on how I make it. I'm just going to add some minced garlic and some sambal here to spice it up, open it up. This is our veggies / herbs. We got some red head lettuce. We got some Thai basil, but you can use mint, cilantro, anything you can get your hands on. All right, so this is version 1 in the Carbon Steel Wok. Avocado spray, hot pan here. Get in your pork and shrimp and give it a quick stir fry. Spread it out evenly, and we're going to add our batter. And it's all about the execution when it comes to Banh Xeo, but I realize it's all about the batter too. The majority of the all-purpose flour here, I found it very hard to work with. So if you can, go all rice flour or majority rice flour, and usually if you buy the pre-made one, it is majority rice flour. All right, so cover it, let it steam. I'm gonna add more oil, a lot of oil in this dish, a lot of oil. Soaks up in that batter. And this is the first one, and if you know, you know, the first one's never pretty, ever, because the pan needs to kind of warm up to everything. But don't get it twisted. It's still delicious, but that is disastrous right there. You cannot sell that. This is the second one from the Carbon Steel Wok. Not too shabby. And this is the third one. So you can see it's getting better and better. Not for sale, just for home enjoyment. So we're going to do lettuce wrap style. Many ways you can eat this, and I'll show you all the different ways. So here's lettuce wrap style. We're going to add our cilantro. We're going to add our Thai basil. And that's our nuoc fish sauce there.
Wrap it.
Dip.
Dip it.
And eat. And the veggies, the perfect teammate for Banh Xeo. Cuts through that fat, all the herbs and the fish sauce. Just a beautiful medley of flavors. And this is Kim's Bite in her vintage Autologic neon pink hoodie. Shout out Autologic for the hoodie. She really liked the coconut in the batter here. And what is that? More pho? All right, guys. Day 2. The batter's been sitting in the fridge. And I remember my mom used to add beer or water the next day because the flour has fully bloomed in that liquid. So it's thickened up a bit. And you don't want it too thick. So I added a little bit of light beer, any lager. And I'm going to add some thick cut green onions just to make it pretty. Think Korean pancake vibes. Add the green onions for a different texture, a little bit more color. All right, our second pan here, this is a smaller HexClad. Same vibes, get your oil in, get your meat in. Here comes the batter. And I'm just playing with different pans here because of the new recipe I use for the batter, the all-purpose flour and the rice flour batter here. So the wok wasn't the best, so that's why I brought out the HexClad. And again, still disastrous. Very hard to work with for some reason, and I believe it was the all-purpose flour. But here's the second one. Not too bad, not too shabby. And the best one right here for YouTube. Beautiful crust. This is Kim, day 2. No pho today, so we're just eating Banh Xeo. Still a bunch of veggies left. We got mint today. Her lettuce wrap. So good. So interactive. Don't mind that. All about the flavors. And this is the last day here with the rest of our batter. I'm using some ground pork that we had left over. And the cast iron is the superstar. I really like working with the cast iron here. But also the batter was very thick because I'm just trying to use the rest of it so there weren't any leftovers. Ooh. But beautiful crust, easy to work with. Get it up to temperature. And that's the final version there. The lettuce. And this is another way of eating it. You can just throw all your herbs and veggies into the bowl. Get a chunk of that crepe. Make sure you get the bean sprouts. Make sure you get the proteins. And we can just eat it as so with the fish sauce added there. But I'm going to show you level 3 advanced Vietnamese technique here. And that's with the spring roll. People in Vietnam love eating Banh Xeo like this with the spring roll. 3 Lady brand, the best. So we're going to add everything into our plate. Add more bean sprouts. Add more stuff if you would like. Because now you have a better barrier. Roll her up, and boom, you got a Banh Xeo spring roll. And this is how majority of people in Vietnam like to eat it. I like to eat it sometimes like this just to switch it up. But overall, super fun dish to make, especially when you have family or friends coming over, because it's definitely a very interactive communal meal. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. I love you all. What shall we cook next?